Radhe Radhe Sham, Sham Radhe Radhe Sham, Sham Radhe Sham.
Gopi Gopala, Venu Gopala, Mukunda Madhava, Gopi Gopala.
Gopi Gopala, Venu Gopala, Mukunda Madhava, Gopi Gopala.
Krishna Hare, 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 Krishna Hare.
Krishna Hare, 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 Krishna Hare.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe,
Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe,
Radhe Govinda,
Radhe
Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe.
All right, we've woken up with a little kirtan. Now, if you would please stand for our opening song, we are going to start our day with love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Again, I
Start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of,
is love. Now this part's easy.
love, 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 love.
Yeah, give it to each other.
Love, 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 love.
Now peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. Okay, peace, 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 joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Okay, this one's a little trickier. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release.
I don't remember how we ended.
I don't remember how we ended it, Anton says. I outed you.
There is no end to love.
You
joy,
ended
and
it
peace.
just great. Thank you both. Hello, everybody. Feel how cooler it is in here? Thank you, Corey and Greg. I'm Kimberly Hawkins, Senior Minister here. It is so delightful. You know, I kind of do like it down here. I'm down here because we're reading a book and I want to see the screen, but it's kind of nice to be closer to you. We are an inclusive, progressive spiritual community. We welcome each one here, no matter where you may happen to be on your own personal spiritual journey. We are a Center for Spiritual Living Rogue Valley in partnership with Medford Unity. We are a New Thought tradition. If you're here for the very first time, we'd love you to raise your hand just so we can give you a little love. Anybody here for the first time? Okay. If you feel shy about raising your hand, you can tell me later. All right. I have a few people to introduce. Carol Wythe is our practitioner who will be doing our opening prayer shortly and reading. Reverend Stephanie Clark just did a wonderful meditation, and she is holding high watch praying throughout the service for the highest and best reception for everyone here. And our musicians, of course, are Anton Miserak and Laura Berryhill. The shy one back there. Flowers, gorgeous flowers. Reverend Kim Bebo brought, and I understand it's in honor of her partner, no. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Karen's sister's birthday. And an invitation always, if you'd like to bring flowers, just let Karen know, and we'll make an announcement if it's someone's anniversary, birthday, or anniversary of their passing. So I think that's it for now. We're going to turn it over to the musicians shortly. Vivian, what's that? It's the first Sunday of the month. I didn't warn you. Oh, thank you. So if you have an August birthday, please stand so we can sing. The last line is happy birthday. We sure do love you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. We sure do love you. Thank you, Vivian, for that reminder. And now it's time to take our collective deep breath as we prepare, and the musicians prepare us for our invocation and reading. And I'm going to invite you to hold your applause at the end of this song so we can go right into prayer.
Now hold your applause, but if you'd like to sing quietly to yourself or another person, that is welcome, because you will know this.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. One more time. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Let us take a deep, centering breath and go within to that special place where we feel that oneness, that divine connection, that love that goes out from our hearts to all the beautiful people that are gathered here. We feel the sacredness of this moment and the joy and the just beautiful, beautiful time that we're prepared to have together. And we know that this time is divinely guided and that every word out of Reverend Kimberly's mouth is a word of God. The musicians play perfectly. The production people are guided and are perfect as well. The kitchen crew, the ushers, the beautiful church community that I get to be a part of, it's all God, and it's all good, and it's all here right now. And those watching online, you're part of this, God, too. We're inseparable from that one life, that one love, that one presence. Our children in this community, they're our future. They're part of us, and they feel the love too. Oh, I'm just so grateful. Grateful to be here, grateful to feel this love that just permeates this room and flows out into the community. I know that we are in for one divine time. And for that, I just say thank you, God. And so it is. Wow, it is just a special day for some reason. It started out with meditation, and now it's just awesome. My reading for today is taken out of Unity's Daily Word. Every day they have something for us to sink our teeth into. This one is called Bless All the Children Everywhere, and it just really spoke to me. Jesus taught the importance of blessing children, saying that it is to such as these that the kingdom of God belongs. Luke 18:16. I may already be in the habit of blessing the children in my family. However, today I expand that circle of blessing outward to encompass all the world's children. I pray all children are treated kindly and nurtured with loving care. I pray they are taught with warmth and compassion, so as they grow into adulthood, they easily share warmth and compassion with others. I pray all children know their worth as divine beings, as beautiful children of God. I see them abundantly blessed and secure in divine love. I pray all children will know a world that accepts and values them exactly as they are. And so it is. Amen.
With a little love, we make our spirits light. With a little luck, we see the forest and the trees. With a little joy, the horizon is not so distant. Take my hand and you'll see. Step by step by step, step by step by step, step by step by step, step by step into that sunlit grove. Step by step, we ford the middle stream. Step by step, we rise again, return our talents into dreams, and make them real with a little love and peace and joy deepening inside us, so we can know we're part of everything. We are not alone. Step by step by step, step by step by step, step by step by step, step by step by step.
Now we can clap.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I'd like to take a moment to tell you all that next week, next Sunday, Anton and Laura will be here again, but they're bringing a guest, a friend with them named Alyssa. Is that right? And Alyssa apparently has been an opera singer in New York City. They did a concert together recently and sang the Lord's Prayer, the three of them, and got a standing ovation. So I got chills just telling you that. Don't miss next week if you can be here. The music will be off the charts.
And we will also have Alyssa for Saturdays.
Yes.
And she'll be here for Saturday evening kirtan. We'll talk more about that during announcements. Awesome. Wow, big weekend next weekend. You know, it's August, and I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, I kind of hated to see August come. If you have a birthday, I guess you don't hate it. My son was born in August, but it meant that the school vacation was almost over. But we do have a whole month still of summer and plus, and so I wanted to do something fun this month. In the past, we have done spiritual cinema in the summer, where we've watched a movie and then done a talk, shown clips, and done a talk about the spiritual lesson. So this year, I decided to do something different. We're going to be reading a children's book together each Sunday with pictures up there, and then talking about the deep spiritual truths contained in some children's books. So I've chosen for this Sunday's children's book a book by Max Lucado, who is a Christian pastor, has written prolifically, mostly books for adults, but also books for children. So the name of the book is You Are Special. And I have entitled the talk, Stars and Dots, or Wisdom from the Wemmicks. You will understand in a moment what I mean. So if you can, I hope you can see the pictures. I'm going to read you the story, so just relax and enjoy, and then we'll talk about, when I finish, what are some of the meanings, the deeper meanings here. Should we turn the lights out in the sanctuary maybe, so that, wouldn't that help see the screen? We can't turn these up, but maybe the stage, yeah. Is that okay to do, Bill, with your video? We're going to try. And I guess the stage lights are, where are they, up here? All right, let me try. We haven't done this. Is that okay, Bill, or is that terrible for the video? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's that? Is that okay? Okay, compromise. I want you to be able to see the screen. All right, so here we go. You Are Special by Max Lucado. Next slide, Viv. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All of the wooden people were carved by a woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking the village. You can see it in the picture, high up on the hill. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall, others were short. Some wore hats, others wore coats. But all were made by the same carver, and all lived in the village. And all day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box of golden star stickers and a box of gray dot stickers. Up and down the streets all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars and dots on one another. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if the wood was rough or the paint chipped, the Wemmicks got dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads or jump over tall boxes. Still others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want to do something else and get another star. Others, though, could do little. They got dots. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. Then when he would try to explain why he fell, he'd say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him still more dots. And after a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid he would do something dumb, such as forget his hat or step in the water, and then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many gray dots that some people would come up and give him one for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around with other Wemmicks who had a lot of dots. He felt better around them. One day, he met a Wemmick who was unlike any he'd ever met. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers, it's just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, and so they would run up and give her a star, but it would fall off. Others would look down on her for having no stars, so they would give her a dot, but it wouldn't stay either. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinella. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickerless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go to see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the wood carver. I sit in the workshop with him. Why? Why don't you find out for yourself? Go up the hill, he's there. And with that, the Wemmick who had no stickers turned and skipped away. But will he want to see me? Punchinello cried out. Lucia didn't hear, so Punchinello went home. He sat near a window and watched the wooden people as they scurried around, giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he decided to go see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was. He had to stretch on his tiptoes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here, and he turned to leave. Then he heard his name. Punchinello? The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello, how good to see you. Come and let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large, bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped and picked him up and set him on the bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at the gray dots. Looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I tried really hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what the other Wemmicks think. You don't? No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you are pretty special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders, and spoke very slowly. Because you're mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. There we go. Every day I've been hoping you'd come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who had no marks, said Punchinello. I know, she told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? The maker spoke softly, because she has decided what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about their stickers. I'm not sure I understand. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come and see me every day, and let me remind you how much I care. Remember, Eli said as the Wemmick walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. The end. Now, I have some thoughts about the spiritual lessons here. I guess we could turn up the lights again. Let's see, let me do that. I would like to hear your thoughts. Tom very graciously gave us a handheld mic here. So would anyone care to share briefly, what's a spiritual lesson you got from this story? Anybody? Doug, I'll hold the mic.
It's not a matter of what people think, it's a matter of who you are.
Okay, it's not a matter of what you think, it's a matter of who you are. Who else? Don't be shy, don't make me do the sermon. I'll hold it.
Oh, good.
Go ahead.
For me, it was a lot about judgment. Obviously, these people were very judgmental. And
unlike us.
right, we human beings are about right. Definitely a good lesson for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you, Prudence. Anyone else? Yes, Kathy?
Don't look outside yourself for approval.
Don't look outside yourself for approval. Yes, Ginny.
We're all made by God, and He doesn't make any mistakes.
Thank you, Ginny. Melanie?
He knows who he is, and he loves himself.
Yes, thank
Fully.
you. Thank you. All right. Nice job, you guys. All right, so you mind if I do a little talking now, too? I should have you do this more often. Okay, so we have some more slides. So we're going to take a look here as we go back to the beginning. Next slide, Viv. Okay. So remember that they walked around every day putting stars and dots on people. Don't we do that? You know, we walk around and we evaluate and judge, don't we? This person is XYZ, good, bad, and we make all these judgments. And boy, oh boy. You know, the thing about that is, A Course in Miracles tells us that when we judge somebody, we're only hurting ourselves. There's some incredible quotes from the Course in Miracles. I can only crucify myself. Wow. To attack another is only to attack oneself, because we're one. And it's human nature, I think, to do this thing. I don't know, I do it. I heard a Course in Miracles teacher recently use this analogy. We are all light. I am light. You are all light at our core, right? But we also, imagine that we put a cardboard box around us. And we paint it, and we have this ego and this identity, and we look at other people and we judge their boxes. But the teacher said, because this cardboard box is there, when we attack or judge, it can't get out of the cardboard box. It stays in there and circulates and comes back to us. And until we learn that we're one and remove the judgment and let go of that ego, we're not going to see our light, and we're not going to see anyone else's light. Here's one more quote from the Course in Miracles, if I can read my hasty writing this morning. The dreary, hopeless thought that you can make attacks on others and escape grief has nailed you to a cross. And then secondly, it is impossible to be hurt except by your own thoughts. So that's another thing when we think about, probably go to the next slide, Vivian. When we think about, okay, Lucia, she didn't care what people thought, right? So those stickers, good or bad, didn't stick. Because that's kind of a trap, isn't it? If we work hard, how many, I know I did, how many have worked hard to get approval or get good stars, right? You know, it doesn't change who we are. We are already precious children of the Most High. And of course, Eli, as Ginny said, is a metaphor for he's the maker, he's the woodcarver, right? So the stickers don't stick if you don't believe that they're important. And this is what the Course is telling us. We can't really hurt someone else. I mean, we feel hurt sometimes when we feel betrayed or we feel put down. But the reality is the spiritual lights that we are is not affected by any of that, right? So if we can learn, I love Eleanor Roosevelt's quote. You know what it is? What people think of me? None of my business. I love that. All right, let's go to the next slide. So this idea that going to see Eli up on the hill, there's so many references biblically to the upper room. The Last Supper happened in the upper room. A lot of important things happened in the upper room, which simply represents a higher consciousness, right? So let's see. Going back to the Old Testament, remember David in Psalm 121 said, I lift my eyes to the hills. From whence does my help come? My help comes from the Lord. So metaphorically, even though God is everywhere, including within us, we tend to think of it as up there. And the references to the upper room, meaning a place of high network connectivity between divinity and humanity. Let me say that again. The upper room represents a place of high network connectivity between divinity and humanity. So we raise our gaze up to the truth, the spiritual truth. So thus, him going up to see Eli represents raising his consciousness from all the judgments and hurts that happen in the physical realm to the truth of who he is. Let's see the next one. Oh yeah, and I love that. Will he want to see me? How sweet, right? I mean, how many times have we in our lives perhaps felt unworthy of God's love? And what we know, remember the parable of the prodigal son? Ernest Holmes talked a lot about that. Yeah, he did. And because again, remember the prodigal son, the older son was the good doobie trying to get his stars, staying home and taking care of business, right? And the younger son, the prodigal son, asked for his inheritance, took off, squandered it, fed the pigs, which for a Jewish boy was a big no-no. He ate with the pigs, actually, because he was hungry. Finally went home, and what happened when he walked back to the father's house? Do you remember? The father came out running to the field to greet him and had a celebration for him. So that's the attitude that our Maker has for us, just like Eli picked up that little wooden figure and said, "You're mine. I love you." Ernest Holmes said this about the parable of the prodigal son. He said, "God turns to us as we turn to him." We've heard that expression a lot. There's a reciprocal action between the universal and the individual mind that the Spirit is ready to help us whenever we turn to it. You know my name? Oh my gosh, does God know our name? Does Spirit know our name? Spirit knows more than that, right? I'm looking for my little, here we go, Luke chapter 12, 6, 7. Jesus tells his disciples, "Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies, and yet not one of them is lost before God? But so far as you are concerned, even the hairs on your head are all numbered. Therefore, fear not, because you are much more important than the sparrows." So this idea that God knows how many hairs are on our head, God knows what's in our hearts before we may even be consciously aware of it, because it is universal, infinite intelligence, right? There's nothing that Spirit, the Creator, Source, whatever you want to call God, does not know. I love this line from Alfred Lord Tennyson, the poet. "Speak to him thou, for he hears, and spirit with spirit can meet. Closer is he than breathing, nearer than hands and feet." Yeah, so God awaits us. Now, it's interesting, when Punchinello first got up there, he got very defensive, remember? "Me? You love me? I'm not fast, I'm not pretty." How many times do we do that? Run through our heads all the things we judge ourselves for that we think we're not worthy. Let's let go of that. But how do we let go of that? How often does Lucia go to see Eli? Every day. And what did Eli say? "I've been waiting for you." Remember, God turns to us when we turn to him, her, it. We have to turn first. Not that God isn't there. It's right within, always, and around us, but we don't sense it until we go. I loved, and I've shared before, one of my spiritual teachers said, you know, most of us would not think twice. Most of us would not go out of the house in the morning without brushing our teeth, combing our hair if we have hair, right? But we should not either go out of the house without being prayed up each morning. It's probably more important than brushing our teeth or combing our hair. Every day we go to see Eli. Let's see what we're missing here. Yeah, I've been hoping you would come. The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about stickers. Yeah, isn't that true? If we can connect to our source and know that we are loved beyond measure, we are loved, loving, and lovable forever, as the Course in Miracles tells us, then we can let the stickers fall off and not take them personally. Don Miguel Ruiz, right? We don't take them personally. And we can begin to know that not only we are the light, but you and you and you. I want to go you and you and you, you know, yeah. We are all the light. What? Anything else on there, Viv? I can't remember. Yeah, come see me every day. And so the dot fell to the ground. I think that this Wemmick, called Punchinello, is on his way to dissolving all that stuff that he took in internally. But there's actually a sequel, which I won't use. It's called You Are Mine. I guess he gets into a period, like we all do, where he forgets to go see Eli every day, and he starts to have gray dots accumulate, not so much, well, stick to him. And so it's a sequel that you can feel free to check out. I'm going to move on to another story. But those, I think, are the main lessons I wanted to share with you. This from Henry Nouwen. Every time you feel hurt, offended, or rejected, dare to say to yourself, these feelings are not telling me the truth about myself. The truth is, I am a chosen child of God, precious in God's eyes, called the beloved from all eternity, and held safe in an everlasting embrace. Wisdom from the Wemmicks. Actually, it's not wisdom from the Wemmicks, it's wisdom from Lucia the Wemmick. Let's go into prayer, gang. So let us turn our gaze upward to the hills. Let us turn away from conditions that may be bothering us, worrying us, giving us anxiety, giving us doubts or fears, or forcing us to judge ourselves or others. Turning up in consciousness to the upper room, where we know this source that birthed each of us resides in that upper part of our consciousness, where we know truth, we connect with truth, we feel God's presence within and all around us. And just like Eli, that woodcarver, God waits, always waits, standing ready to hear us, to love us, to guide us. It turns to us as we turn to it. Whether we call it he, him, her, it does not matter. Father, Mother, God is always ready to support us. Always. Doesn't even need to forgive us, because God sees our light always, our true nature. And so we can't be separate. We can only feel separate. Every day when we turn to that presence in quietness and prayer, we are reminded that dots, sticks and stones, other people's judgments have no effect on the essence of who we are. And we have no need to judge and attack others, because when we do, because we're one, we're attacking ourselves. That is not the road to peace. And so my prayer for all of us this week is that we take that time religiously. And if we miss a day, we don't beat ourselves up. We sit back on that meditation cushion or the couch or the chair, wherever it is, we get quiet and call in the one. Let us remember, when we attack, we only attack ourselves. We only crucify ourselves. Let us be like Lucia, modeling that nothing anyone says, good or bad, changes who I am. And when I learn to see the light in others, I walk in peace, I walk in oneness, I send a ripple across the globe of love and connection and goodness and peace. So I say a prayer for anyone here this morning, online this morning, or anywhere on our globe that is troubled, knowing that the solution, as Rev. Stephanie so beautifully prayed us in the meditation, is right here. It's the Christ consciousness within me. It's that consciousness of oneness that is always the solution. So we say a prayer for anyone suffering. And we honor anyone worshiping that one presence, that Eli, that source, that maker, whether it's in an ashram, a temple, a mosque, on a yoga mat, or in nature. We are one. There is one God, many paths. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for these beautiful children's books. I give thanks to know spiritual truth. I give thanks for this joint community with unity. I just release this word, knowing as all prayers, it's already heard, it's done in the mind of the divine. Invite us to say together, and so it is. Amen. Thank you.
were anything less than beautiful, how could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. Oh, thank you for that, you two. Woo! Ah, perfect song. Reverend David Alt, is that right? Wrote that? No. Who
Libby
did?
Roderick, who used to go around giving women's, because she had a women's relationship.
Libby Roderick. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So part of that is how could everyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle, whether you're loving someone of the opposite or the same sex?
Yes.
Beautiful. The reason why I asked, I heard that song for the very first time and cried my way through the whole thing. I was at Asilomar, our conference, which is about to happen. Dr. Linda and I are leaving right after the service to head that way. And my daughter Krista was a teen, 13 at the time, and she was in the teen group. And when we met, the parents and the teens at the first opening circle for teen group, which is incredible, Reverend David Alt was there and sang that to us all. And I knew he was a gay minister, and I knew part of the meaning that underlay that. And I had a brother who was gay who died. And it was just, oh, I love that song. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, ushers, Ellen and Les. I'm going to invite you forward now. Time for our tithes and offerings. So a big thank you to all who continue to support us. And I keep wanting to get plastic Benjamins. So I know a lot of you give online, and if you do, feel free to just place a hand of blessing over the basket. And if you would say after me, this gift I give is God in action. That's an old one we used to use. Hang on. Hang on. It's on the screen? Hey, I can cheat too. Hand over the heart if you feel comfortable. Graciously I give from a place of love.
Graciously I give from a place of love.
Knowing that as I give,
So
do I graciously receive. Graciously and richly, okay.
Hey Govinda, hey Gopala, hey Govinda, hey Gopala, hey Dayal, Lord. Hey Govinda, hey Gopala, hey Govinda, Gopal, hey Dayal, Prananata, Anata Sake, Prananata, Anata Sake, Prananata, Anata Sake, Prananata, Anata Sake, Dini Dharam Naha. Hey Govinda, hey Gopal, hey Govinda, hey Gopal, hey Dayal, hey Dayal, hey Dayal.
Did I give results of the wine tasting last week? I can't remember. No, because I don't think we knew our total. We took in a total of, I believe it was $1,667, that's close enough, dollars at the fundraiser last week, and had a blast. And thank you everybody, Reverend Stephanie and Liz Cravens and everybody who helped. It was amazing, amazing. So a few announcements before we say goodbye. Unity's Prayer Circle meets here Tuesday at 10:30. Prayer Circle will be meeting in the sanctuary this week because Tuesday morning we're having the carpets in the social hall and the front office clean thanks to Unity, which is very sweet. Let's see, Tai Chi will be at 11:30 on Tuesday. Now next Saturday, yes, the 12th at 1 p.m. at the Bellevue Grange in Ashland is the celebration of life for Reverend Colleen Graham. Everyone is invited. That night, Saturday evening this coming week, the Kirtan concert will be here, so don't miss that. We still need ushers and ambassadors. There's a sign-up sheet in the other room. Ellen Michaels, Ellen, raise your hand. You want to come up and say a little something about your book study? Ellen is going to be leading a 6-week book study starting Thursday the 24th in the afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. right here. Tell us about it, Ellen.
So I bought this book and it was just life transforming for me. So it's by Sadhguru. But I hear this. It's by Sadhguru. He has over 10 million followers and he's an amazing mystic and yogi. His book is called Inner Engineering, The Yogi's Guide to Joy, and it's fabulous. So we're going to have a 6-week book study, and we'd love to have you. And we're going to do it in person, so we can see everyone.
$40 for the 6 weeks. Tom, I'm going to use this mic for Rev Stephanie, maybe that wireless mic. Would that be a good idea? Okay. Getting a little feedback there. Hang on. So it's fall, so classes are starting up again. So let's see. Reverend Stephanie Clark's Art and Science of Spiritual Mind Treatment is coming up soon. Rev Steph, I'll let you take away the rest. There you go. I thought it was on. Maybe I turned it off. The light's on. Okay, try it.
So Science of Mind class is starting. The art and science of spiritual mind treatment. And
This
that's
one?
the posh science
Okay,
of
Steph,
mind.
this one now. Thank you.
I can project. So I'm starting to teach the next Science of Mind class, and it's going to be in person here in the sanctuary or in Bosworth Hall. So starting September the 13th, it's a Wednesday. We're starting at 6 o'clock, so it'll be 6 till 9. It's an 8-week course, and it's on spiritual mind treatment. So for those of you who are not familiar with the teaching, that's what we call prayer, spiritual mind treatment. We're treating our own minds to change our consciousness. We're not trying to change stuff out there. I love teaching this class. It's my best. And I hope you'll sign up. There's a sign-up sheet in the Bosworth Hall, so please sign up, and I'll see you on September the 13th. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, go. You want me to do that, or you want to do it? Okay. First of all, if y'all have heard her pray, You're going to be taught by the master or the mistress. Yes? The goddess. Yes. So the cost, now these are accredited classes. They are on the path to advanced spiritual studies if you care to do that, which is the way you become a practitioner. But you don't have to become a practitioner to take advantage. So there's a $45 registration fee which goes to home office. And that's included in the total cost. Now if you sign up by, when, Stephanie? By September 3rd, you get, with a $60 deposit, you get a discounted price of $160 for the whole 8-week class. Otherwise, it's $195, and that includes the $45 registration fee. It's well worth it, and you get credit, so you can eventually take other classes as well. Let's see, you can sign up for our weekly e-newsletter if you don't already get it in Bosworth Hall. That comes out Wednesday morning, although this week it went out Tuesday. Did anybody notice that? I think Vivian has caught my disease of getting dates wrong. I constantly get dates wrong, but it's there, it's there. We're human. Let's see, you may submit prayer requests either in the back in our box, the CSL box that is, in the social hall, in the Unity box, or you can request prayer online, and our practitioners are here after service to pray with you. We're going to call them up in a moment. We invite you to stay for coffee and food, thanks to Michael and Greg, Michael Sunday and Greg Stewart. Oh, it's birthday cake, and Ginny, Ginny makes our birthday cakes the first Sunday of the month, and oh my, I'm going to stay just for that before I leave, all right? I think that is it. I'm going to invite, yes, go ahead, Janice Joy.
The women's drumming circle is tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. It's always the first and third Monday nights. Women's drumming circles. You have a marvelous time.
Awesome, Janice. Joy, if you would remember to send us a little tickler, we'll remember to put it in the newsletter and in the announcement. Sorry, but thank you. Okay.
So, Reverend Kimberly, we're going to do a better explanation of what this Kirtan concert is next Saturday. So, Kirtan is this call and response singing. You all get to sing, and it's all in praise of spirit. So, and the amazing thing is that we have a singer with us, and Laura and Alyssa, their voices sound like a heavenly choir. So, you will not be disappointed. It's a donation. There's a suggested donation, but we'd rather have bodies in here. So just give what you can and come. It's next Saturday at 7 p.m. You will not be disappointed. And exciting tabla. And if you miss it, you can get up on it. There's a mic here. If you miss it, you'll hear us Sunday, but then you'll go, gosh, I wish I'd have come Saturday. So this is your one chance to have forethought instead of afterthought, looking back, okay?
So I was poking Anton in the back saying, the exciting tabla. Tabla are those Indian drums, and he plays them, and they're really amazing. I know we have a lot of drum circle fans in here and drummers, so if you want to hear those special drums, definitely be there or be square.
And guys, what is our suggested donation? $20 suggested, but nobody turned away, guys.
Nobody turned away.
We all have different budgets. We understand that. All right. All right, that it? Okay. Practitioners, ministers, come on up. Remember to tag one of these people and sit and pray. If there's anything hard on your heart, you can let it go. And before we go to our closing song, I'm going to do a little benediction that we used to do at Namaste, Center for Spiritual Living. So I want you to participate with me. Would you say this benediction after me? I give thanks for this thing called life.
I give thanks for this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my affairs.
Life is in my affairs.
I accept it.
I accept it.
I bless it.
I bless it.
And I love it.
And I love it.
Just the way it appears.
Just the way it appears.
And just the way it appears not.
And just the way it appears not.
Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
Oh, and please stand for our closing song. You can all dance a little.
I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, a light in this world, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so